Hi, everybody. Welcome back to squarefootshow.com. We are live. It is June 11th. Our show Mountain and Sea goes live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm thrilled to be here at 11 Eastern Standard Time in Ontario. And we're talking to a lot of West Coast artists today. And so they are all up early. And, before anything, I'll apologize to them to making them all get up so early today with the scheduling of it. But if you're just catching this live, if you've never heard of Squarefoot Show before, let me tell you all about it. I'll do it really briefly, but it's such an exciting show. Years ago, I'm Julia Veenstra, and I'm an artist from Ontario, Canada, in Hamilton. And I had a Squarefoot show in my studio for many years. And shows like this are not uncommon. Shows where everything's the same size, or it's a small show or something like that, they're not uncommon. Lots of galleries have them, and I adapted it as well. And when I first started, I would paint 20 to 40 paintings all by myself, and I would put the show on because I had it in my gallery. And then I really I would sell out by 8 o'clock that night, and it was very exciting. And I thought, well, I can't paint any more paintings, so I needed to start inviting friends. So I started inviting local artists and things like that, and friends that I was meeting online, etc., people I admired, and it became a really big hit and a very big success in my studio in Hamilton. So I would have a lineup down the street year after year of about 60 to 75 people. People would rush in when I opened the doors at 7 o'clock, and they would literally be taking paintings off the wall. And I always felt a little anxious for them in case they were going through anxiety, because it was so much. It was a frenetic show, and it was really exciting. And we would sell out by day 2 of the show. So it was really, really neat. And so I continued this way. I had a lot of customers who would write me because I would post about it on Instagram, and I did not take the show online at the time. Shows were in person. So I had a lot of customers writing me, we'd really like to participate, we'd really like to buy. So I would do things like day 2, after everybody showed up at the show, and I would consolidate any of the paintings left. I would do a screenshot, I would post it. This was not techie. People would write me, and they would say, I want the one, of the cow left, top right corner, row C, all of that. They would circle it and send me a screenshot back. And then they would e-transfer me to get their money. And then I would ship it off. It was crazy. But it was really fun. And we created a lot of hype and everything for it. That was super fun, and people really liked to be involved. And the artists that I curated were wonderful. And then COVID hit. We all know about COVID, and COVID hit, and I was not able to do my show. And I worked with a team of wonderful people, Brock, Elias, and Lindsay. And I went to them and I said, okay, I don't know what to do this year. I have a show. I have artists who are already, committed to doing the show, and they will still give me their work. But what do we do? So we brainstormed, and we thought, okay, well, what if we took the show online? And my team, they were great, and they took the show online, and I communicated with all the artists, and I said, I don't need you to send me the work. Just send me high-res photos of the work. We're going to put it up. We're going to create a show. So we had an amazing show. And I had said to the team, well, there's usually about 75 people waiting outside. So maybe we would double it, with people buying online. So the show launched, and 2,000 people hit the site, and it was quite an adventure, let me tell you. We had a few glitches, a few double sales, things like that. But all of the artists were thrilled with the experience. We were thrilled with the experience. The customers were thrilled with the experience, and squarefootshow.com was born, and it became a very exciting. So we've done it now for, I believe, Lindsay, tell me if I'm right. Is it 4 years? 4 years. We've done it for 4 years. We've sold over 4,500 paintings. We've sold over $1 million of art for artists. And the neat thing about Square Foot Show is we're not a gallery. So when you buy a piece from one of our artists, we send you their name and we send them your name, and you become a client of them, and they build their roster. So we're lifting up emerging and established artists. And at this point, we've had thousands and thousands of applications. We have them on file, and it is so exciting every time I go in to jury a show to see the new work and the new artists that are out there. Square Foot Show is here to lift artists up, to give them an opportunity. And we have several artists who have actually quit their jobs and become full-time artists because of their participation in Square Foot Show. They've been discovered by galleries. I mean, it's just been a great opportunity. So there's the little synopsis about Square Foot Show. All the paintings are 12 by 12. All the paintings are either 350 Canadian or 300 US. The show goes live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, June 12th. The theme this time is Mountain and Sea, and it's a 24-hour show, and that's it. The first shows we did 3 days long. And we did, I think, 4 shows in the first year, 6 shows in the next year. And this year, we are doing 1 a month. We want to just bring this opportunity to artists and bring this opportunity to you. So we've come up with some amazing themes where we're inviting artists from different regions, and it's just a joy. It's so much fun. So at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you will go to squarefootshow.com, and you will hit, when it goes live, you can enter right into the show there. If you want to hit it immediately at 8, go to shop.squarefootshow.com. Where our platform is Shopify. It's the only one that was big enough to handle the demand that all the clientele who attacked the site at 8 p.m. Could do. So we went with Shopify. So if you don't want to miss some precious seconds by hitting live through squarefootshow.com, go to shop.squarefootshow.com. And in the meantime, even during this live, right now we have a 48-hour preview out. And you can log in and you can go and see what the artists have produced. But you have to do it with a password. So you have to subscribe at squarefootshow.com. And when you do that, you'll be getting emails from us about all our shows, but you'll be entered for every show that we have. So you're not just subscribing and entering for this show, you're entering for every show that we have. And every show that we have a 12 by 12 painting that we give away. And that's going to be a really neat segue into introducing you to the artists, because the artist today, Heidi Farina, she is the one that if you go to Square Foot Show on Instagram or to our site, you'll see that the giveaway that we're giving away this time is done by Heidi Farina, and it's absolutely marvelous. So I think I've hit all of the housekeeping points. Go to squarefootshow.com to register, and you will be immediately sent the password to get in and check the preview. We're then going to be sending you emails throughout the 24 hours, reminding you about the show. And then you'll be on our list, and you'll be able to see any upcoming shows if they're in your, if the theme is something that you're interested in or not. So today, what we're doing in this live is introducing you to a few of the artists. But in the meantime, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm Julia Veenstra. I said that. I'm one of the co-founders of Square Foot Show, and I have paintings in the show 2. So I'm going to show one at a time. As I introduce an artist, I'll show you one of my paintings. This is the one that, this is called Mountain Trees. So our theme is mountains and sea. So I did a variety of things. So this one is Mountain Trees. It's 12 by 12, $350 and Canadian, 300 US, and you got to be fast. You got to be fast. So I'm going to introduce you to Heidi. Where is Heidi? Heidi, there you are.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Lindsay got you up on screen. I was trying to find you, and Lindsay put you up. So, Heidi, it is so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Yeah,
Tell
thank
us,
you for having me.
And Heidi, we approached you because you're a popular artist with Square Foot Show, and we wanted to have artists that we've sold well for and that have been committed to Square Foot Show, and we wanted to ask you and have you do our prize. So we bought this prize from Heidi. Heidi is paid for the prize, full price, and we are giving it away as Square Foot Show. So Heidi.
And thank you for that. I appreciate all of that.
You're welcome. Do you have the piece in front of you?
So I have a slight failure in that my daughter is asleep right next to where they are.
Oh no. Is she a baby?
She's a baby. Yeah.
Oh.
So I can go grab it, but it might wake her up. So
we'll see if Lindsay, I'm not sure if Lindsay has the capability of flopping up the prize, but so tell us about yourself and tell us about, do you have images with you though to show us? That are in the show, or are they all over there?
They're all over there, but the painting behind me is actually the same style as what I painted.
Okay.
The ones that are going to be in the
Let's
showing.
talk about
I'm
it.
so
So
sorry.
I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Yes.
How many shows have you been in?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you? Where are you?
Mm-hmm.
How do people find you?
Okay.
And and then tell us about your style.
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, I've been in 3 shows now, so thank you for that. I actually started painting. Well, I started painting years ago, but I went full time right around the same time that your show was starting up. And so you were actually one of the first shows I ever applied to, because I play hockey full time, or not full time. That's not true. I play hockey a lot.
Okay.
And so I was really connected with Canadian artists, and I found your show through that. And the image is up in the corner here.
Yep.
This is the
other way. You gotta go the other way.
Thank you, Lindsay. I'm so sorry about my sleeping child. But no, so I'm out of Seattle, Washington, full-time artist now for about 3 years. And I paint the Pacific Northwest. I paint mountains to sea. That's literally the theme of what I paint.
Yeah.
And so in this particular show, the giveaway is actually a view of Deception Pass, which looks at Canada. So it's Washington border island that then looks out at Victoria and Vancouver Island. So I picked that place on purpose because I feel like this show is the perfect melding of Canadians and American artists a lot of times.
Absolutely.
And then the other thing is one of the other pieces in the show is orcas, because if you live out here or have visited out here, the resident orcas are a huge part of our ecology from British Columbia down to Washington and Oregon. So yeah, did I miss a question?
Yeah. Okay. So where can they find you?
Yes. So you can find me on Instagram at Heidi Farina Art. And then I also have a website if you want to look at that. And that's HeidiFarinaFineArt.com.
Okay. And are you in any galleries?
I am. I'm in 5 galleries across Washington State.
Congratulations. That is good news.
Thank you. Yeah. And I release a collection myself direct once a month. So basically, if you have interest in my larger scale art, that's where you can find it. Gray Sky in Seattle downtown is the larger gallery that I'm part of, and then Smith and Valley.
So do you like Square Foot Show have a newsletter people can sign up to?
I do.
On your website, they can find it, they can sign up, and they can find you.
Absolutely.
But in the meantime, Heidi, they can go tomorrow night at 8 p.m. and they can find your work and they can buy it. And so Heidi will then have 10 days after she gets all your information. So everybody, you'll be buying the artwork. You'll get a receipt. The artist then will be informed after the show is closed who their buyers are. And then they have 10 days because we need to give them some time. Heidi's got a baby. She can't just run out and package this up. And she's got to package that up and get it off to you. All right. And one of the big things that we have at Square Show is free shipping. So that's very exciting. And Heidi, I think you're going to sell out again. It's going to be so much fun. And thank you so much for doing the giveaway. It has been fun to promote you all this time. I hope you've seen a lift about being doing the giveaway in your own following and communications with your clients.
And thank you so much for having me. I just want to say this show is amazing. And I always love how many people are in it and how you get to meet artists in the community, and also how you're so transparent about, hey, this is who it's going to, this is who it's shipping to. So thank you. I really do appreciate that you've made this. And what an awesome story about how it originated. I didn't know that. Actually,
yeah,
I learned something today.
Well, we sold that first show. I went to bed, I was very, very excited about all the sales, and I could see how much money was, sold. And I was like, that's too much money. We have there's something going on. And we had sold about 15 or 20 duplicates.
Oh no.
Yeah. And artist, so I was like, oh no, we've sold, I sold 5 of the same thing. So the Shopify is great. But the program we were using wasn't sensitive enough to milliseconds. Yeah. So people were all buying the same one. But the artists were so excited to repeat. Every client said, of course, have them show us what else they've got, yeah. And that's a big thing. What happens with Square Show is you'll sell a 12 by 12, but a client might say, I really like this style. What else have you got that's bigger? And they go directly to you. So if you're an artist out there and you would like to apply, it's at squareforshow.com. There'll be directions there that you can go in and apply. You can pick a theme. Our shows that you're applying to, they're themed, and you can pick which one you want to. But if you're a client and you are a collector, this is a great opportunity to pick up little gems from all these artists. So, all right. The next person we're going to talk to is Bonnie Katz. We'll see you later, Heidi.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Bonnie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good.
Good. It's nice to see you. I'm so excited about tomorrow night.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. So, Bonnie, tell us have you been in a Square Show before? Who are you? Where are you? And how do people find you? And then we want to see some pieces.
Okay.
Unless you have a baby sleeping in the.
I do not have a baby.
Okay.
Well, I have a puppy baby, but that's okay. It's not in the way. This is my second Square Foot show. So I did one before with Julie DeBoer, and so that was really nice. And so this is maybe like a year and a half later, and
okay.
So, and my name is Bonnie Katz Sailors. I also I live about 45 minutes away from Seattle, Washington. 45 minutes east. And if you've ever watched the show Twin Peaks,
yes,
David Lynch, that's where I live.
Oh, that's fun.
So they filmed everything in our area, and so it's very moody and very foggy. It's a little bit of a mountain town. So that's been my inspiration this whole winter.
The next question is, where can they find you?
On Instagram, bonnie.katz.sailors.
Yeah.
On my website is just my name, bonniekatsailors.com. And so that you can email me or sign up for my newsletter or get information from there.
And are you in any galleries, any local galleries yet?
Yeah, so I'm in the Art Gallery of Snow Valley, which is in Snoqualmie, Washington.
That sounds so romantic.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have a
It's like a Hallmark movie, not just Twin Peaks. It sounds like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, it's fun. And I have a tiny little art gallery in front of my house.
Okay.
I do a show for that every month.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Bonnie, you have a unique style. So let's see some of the paintings.
Yeah. So I'm a indirect oil painter, which means I paint in layers.
Yep.
And I do some alla prima, but pretty much I like doing the layers, and you can build up and you can really see a story in the layers.
I can. And now that you've, added to the lore with Twin Peaks and all the spookiness.
Yeah. So this is one of my pieces. I actually did a mini of this. I do a mini painting first, and then I submitted it to a miniature show, and it won first prize at the art gallery.
Well, guys, you gotta buy Bonnie's pieces.
Yeah. So this is the big version of it.
Nice.
And then
and have you submitted 3 or 5 pieces?
So I've submitted 3.
3.
Yeah. And so this is also
that fog is rolling in.
Very moody. And then this tree, how do you stand out in a whole tree of trees?
Yep.
So yeah, so all winter I've been painting very compressed values and very analogous colors. So
I love that. I love that how you just said that, compressed colors.
Yeah, compressed values.
Yeah.
I used to really need bright light, dark shadows. This winter I painted all very compressed, and it's a whole different thing.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Awesome.
And then you've got one more.
And so this is I love watching sunsets. So
so pretty.
This is the tree watching the sunset, and they get to watch the sunset every night. And
that's marvelous. And you say they're in oil paint, right?
They're oil paintings. Yep. And
on canvas.
They're on cradled wood.
Cradled wood. Yep. Okay. That's fantastic. Well, Bonnie, I wish you the very best and good luck tomorrow night. Don't forget to send all your people to sign up for a Square Foot Show to get the preview so they can go in and make their list. And if you're a client and you're interested in Bonnie's stuff, you can go direct to Bonnie. You can start writing her. She might even have some of those minis after the show available. So, okay, Bonnie, have a great day. We're next going to Colleen Johansson.
Hi there.
How are you?
Well, hon, I'm in my car. I missed the first ferry. I live on an island. Everybody, I don't know if they know that. I live on an island for 32 years. Okay. I missed the ferry. So now I'm on the 1020 ferry. I'm going to be on the 1020 ferry.
Did you miss the ferry because of us?
No.
Okay. All right. I won't feel too bad. But see, everybody, I had to get them all so early. Usually we do this at 1 p.m., but scheduling has made it so that I had to do it at 11. But I appreciate everybody being ready.
Perfect.
It's perfect. Yeah. But I'm sure you don't have a sleeping baby or a puppy, but you're in your car, so you probably don't have your pieces with you. No, but you maybe Lindsay. I don't know if Lindsay. I'm throwing this at her on the fly. Maybe like she put up the prize, maybe she can throw up one of your pieces. But in the meantime, tell us about who you are. So you're going to have to do a good job describing what you paint. And because we can't see anything, you guys are going to have to sign up for the preview, and you're going to have to go and check out Colleen's work. So again, squarefootshow.com. Sign up for the preview. You get to win the prize. You get entered to win the prize from Heidi, and you can check out what Colleen does. Okay, Colleen, who are you?
Okay. And what do I do? I'm an oil painter.
Oh, there it is.
I paint in all sizes, although I prefer something like 16 by 24. I do have a website, ColleenJohansson.com, but I don't keep it up. I prefer to paint than to go fiddle around with my website. So if you want to see my most recent paintings, as soon as I get done with one and it's ready to show, I put it on Instagram. So
You
you're much
know-
better off going on Instagram.
You are so like me. My web guy and coach, he often says, you have to have a story and build up. I'm like, no, it's done. I got to share it.
I know. You got to fiddle around with the picture, get it. Anyways, my most recent things would be on Instagram.
Okay.
So I have been painting for about 6-7 years now. And what else did you want to know about me?
Okay, so I want to know what do you paint? Like, what is mostly your theme and your medium maybe?
I call myself a landscape seascape painter. That's what I like to paint. I mostly like to paint water. So even if it's a landscape, it's probably got some water in it. I live on an island. I'm surrounded by water, cliffs, trees, all kinds of animals. I do paint a lot of orcas, but in this show, I have 5 paintings, and they're mostly landscape seascape. I don't know how else to say it.
All right. Is it acrylic or oil?
Oh no, it's all in oil. And
Nice.
I do paint around the sides, so you don't have to frame anything. It's painted all the way around the sides. And I do a gallery wrap that's about 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which island do you live on?
I live on San Juan Island. So right now I'm sitting in the ferry line in Friday Harbor.
Okay. Oh, well, this all sounds also very romantic. Yeah. Yeah. And are you in any galleries?
I used to be in a gallery right here on our island. And it was a fabulous gallery, and it was owned by Chris. She did a great job with my work. But and I haven't really knocked on any doors since. I do need to get into some galleries.
Well, maybe maybe galleries will find you through Square Foot Show, because that's one of the awesome things that it's a side effect that we have found for artists, that the galleries are actually looking and they are checking out who the artists are. I actually said to Lindsay that the applications have been so good that I kind of want to make a big Google sheet. I don't want them to go away. I want to keep them for myself because I own a gallery too. And I want to look at all the work and just be inspired. It's just been amazing.
Yeah.
See the different things. And as the artists cycle in and out of Square Foot Show, like some of the artists that we had at the very beginning, we don't even have in the show as often anymore because they've cycled through, they've built their collectors and their galleries, and they're now more of an established artist. And it's really been a pleasure to be a part of their careers.
Well, when I found the Square Foot Show, and I wasn't thinking of entering, but I just thought, oh, this is an amazing idea. What a great idea. And I started sending the link to, some of my friends that love art. And it's so amazing.
I know. Have you got your eye on a few yourself? Because whenever I go through, I've got a list of, oh, my collection's going to get bigger.
And, oftentimes people think, oh, artists aren't going to buy my work. But artists are, we love other people's art.
We do. And the thing that I love about Square Foot Show, if you're an artist and you would like to be part of it, the community is amazing. I don't know if you've noticed that there's a lot of artists putting stories up of everybody else's work, including their own.
Yeah.
They're throwing up their favorites. They're putting things up. Especially there's an artist named Pam Fernwarn. That woman, she's the biggest support for artists, and it's just great. So, okay, Colleen, I hope that your travels are great. Good luck with the show tomorrow night. Make sure,
thank you.
Here's my coaching tip. Make sure you send out an email to everybody that you know that you're in the show. Post about it.
Yes, I have been posting about it.
Post about it because, and a lot of artists, they have this thing where they're like, well, I put up a post, I don't want to bother people. Most of the people in your feed don't see it. So if you can hit that thing, so many times, and you might get the right amount of eyes on it. So never feel when you're doing social media that you're overdoing it. People can also just scroll away.
That's exactly it.
That's right. Okay, Colleen, we're going to be talking with Elizabeth Mordensky next.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
All right, Colleen, good luck. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, Julia.
Did I say your name right?
You did. Yes, I'm very impressed.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Well, it's very exciting to talk to you. So we're going to ask some of the same questions. Who are you?
Yeah.
Where are you? And how can they find you? And then we're going to want to see your work.
Yeah. So I am in Livingston, Montana, so just north of Yellowstone National Park.
Cool.
I have lived in Portland, Oregon before as well. So I definitely have the Pacific Northwest connection there.
Yes. Yes.
And I have been in, this is my third Square Fit show, plus I did the Ukraine donation show as well. So
yeah, that was
been
lovely.
around. And I am in a gallery up in Whitefish and then one right here in Livingston as well. So I'm available through those. So yeah.
I love the Whitefish. I'm actually quite enthralled with all the names of the Pacific Northwest towns.
Yes. We're very in love with our natural resources out here. So I think we celebrate that even in our town names.
Yeah. And where can they find you on Instagram? Did we talk about that already?
Yeah, I'm just Mordensky Fine Art. And that's same thing with Instagram, my website, Facebook. It's all the same.
It's all the same. So they can find you there. And show us some of these pieces. What do you paint in? And is the subject matter mountain and sea your subject matter, or have you stretched yourself a little bit?
Yeah. So I currently am mostly doing wildlife. So I had to get a wildlife one. When I entered the show, I submitted one of my landscapes. So here's a little otter.
That's so fun. And I love the colors.
Thank you. Yeah. And it's even, the colors are even better. I think the lighting in here is great.
Yeah.
So when you see it on the website for the show tomorrow, it'll really pop.
Well, here's the neat thing. Like if people are looking, I find this interesting when I see artists and I'm looking at Elizabeth top to bottom, her hair color, her shirt, and then the colors that people use in their art. Like that's
oftentimes matches.
Yeah. Look at that. It looks like Elizabeth.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. And so then I also do landscapes as well. So these are all acrylics. I do paint in oil as well, but I did acrylics for this show. Oh, and so this one is
you're getting that moodiness too, kind of like
and I love this. This is actually a real place in Washington. And just that feeling of an old forest fire, but then the regrowth and renewal coming back. So I just thought it was such a beautiful thing for us to see.
Especially, after last year's fires, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think anyone in the West is experiencing that in one way or another. So just knowing that nature finds a way to come back, I think is such an important thing.
It is. I go to Kelowna often. My children live there. Two of my kids live there. And the forest fires are really something.
Yeah, it's definitely a part of our world at the moment. And And so then I also wanted to celebrate the night skies that we have out here.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
So this is a scene with some of the Cascade Mountains there in Oregon.
Yeah, I've heard of the Cascade Mountains.
Yeah, they are absolutely beautiful and, towering above Portland and Seattle, just these giant volcanoes stretching along.
Yep.
And then this is the last one I did.
Oh, I love it.
Beautiful mountain scene there. So I'm really more of on the mountainside than the seaside. I've never lived right on the coast. So I've always been spending so much time in the mountains, but right there in those mountains that are in the Pacific Northwest. So
that is wonderful. I remember the first time I had never painted mountains until my son and his wife moved to Kelowna. And they were very smart. And they said, because I was devastated. I'm like, they've left me forever for BC from Ontario. And my daughter-in-law was very smart and said, why don't you fly into Calgary and we'll drive all down through the Rockies. And we took 2 days. And I had never painted mountains because I had never experienced them. Like you could see them in a photo and it, beautiful. And I understood the photos, but until I was in them, I was like, this This is so completely different, and it changed everything for me.
Yeah.
I now have a gallery in Alberta. I have a gallery in Kelowna, and I paint a lot of mountains for them. But here's the thing that I found funny, and you'll find this, Elizabeth. I think everybody actually will find this true. The first time I drove through, I took 1 million photos, and I went from Calgary to Kelowna, took 1 million photos, and then I painted them. Clients wanted to know what mountain that was,
Yep,
what peak it was, what lake, and I was like, I have no idea. It's between Calgary and Kelowna. Like,
yeah.
so the next time I did it, I had to take better notes
On where you are when you're taking
where I
this.
was and what the mountains were that I was photographing. So do you find that people are very like, and do you get requests like, have you got this particular peak or?
Yeah, absolutely. I do. And I've definitely had people commission specific peaks, and so I can tell you Bear Breast Mountain and Mount Jefferson.
There you go. There you go.
If people are wondering.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, Elizabeth, did I ask you if you're in any galleries?
Yes. Yeah. Up in
Okay,
Whitefish. We talked about that. So.
Okay. All right. Well, have a great time at the show tomorrow.
Thank you. And thank you so much
emails, do some more posts. It's going to be fun. And best of luck.
Thank you. And thanks for hosting it.
You're welcome. See you later. All right. We're going to Marcella Strastas now. Marcella.
Good morning, Julia. How are you?
I'm good. Is it too early for you?
Well, it's not too early because I am up and awake, right? It's too early for like being on camera. That's all.
There you go. So everybody, Marcella is my friend, and Marcella is in my gallery, Crown and Press, and we have visited together. And I still have not made it to her home studio yet, but that is a plan that eventually I get there. And Marcella is in Victoria, correct?
Correct. Yes. So I say, I wave to all these ladies that were just saying that they're in the islands over there. Yep. I just go for a walk to the beach, like 5 minutes from here, and there they are. All the golf islands. Yeah. All the
my sister lives in Gabriola.
Oh, I'm going painting there in September.
Oh, do you know the landscape? You've got to go to the big cave. I'm trying to remember what she called that.
Yeah, Malaspina.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, the galleries.
Yeah, that's right. Right. It's stunning, beautiful rock formations, and which is a lot of what I paint.
Yeah. Marcella, I know that you paint in oils, but you tell us about yourself, how we can find you, and what you do.
Okay, my name is Marcella Strastas, and I am Argentinian, but I have lived in Canada for 32 years. I live in Victoria, which is a city on Vancouver Island. And what else did you ask? I paint with oils.
Yeah, and how people can find you.
You can find me on my website, marcellastrastas.com, and I am on Instagram, I am on Facebook, I am barely on TikTok, and barely on YouTube. Those are the places that I need to jump on next.
But if they follow you, here's the thing. Marcella does a live with a group of artists, I think once a week. And it's so much fun to chat with her, and they have a guest in usually. Like, Marcella is one of those artists that supports artists, and she loves to do it.
I have seen the magic of it, right? And you are such an example of, you have taught us all, right, how to do this, by supporting each other, we are helping everybody and ourselves. We all get lifted, right? And I truly that.
Yeah. One of the things I like to say is that there's room for everyone.
Yep.
Right? Everybody has their collectors.
Yes, it's a
because
big world.
They buy from you doesn't mean they don't buy from me. Somebody doesn't buy from me. There's
100%.
Absolutely. So and how many galleries are you in, Marcella?
I am in 3 galleries. I am in the gallery of the Art Gallery of Greater Victoria here on the rental program. I am in a gallery in Souk, which is here on Vancouver Island. And then I am in Hamilton, Ontario in Crown and Press.
Yes, and Marcella, she came to Crown and Press, and we had an opening for her, and it was very interesting because she changed everything for us. She observed a few things, gave us a few suggestions, and we switched up our timing for when we had shows. And Marcella painted live. Like, oh my gosh, Marcella has more energy. She is exhausting. Just she's got more energy than anybody I know. And you also teach, right?
Yes, I teach online.
You have an online course. So everybody, if you're watching, and even if you're an aspiring artist, the artists that are involved with Square Foot Show are so talented, and they do multiple things. The biggest, even if you can't buy a piece, a big support is to follow along, like and subscribe, whatever they're doing. Interact with them, learn from them, and like we said, there's room for everybody. You'll pick up some tips. You'll be able to use them in your own work. So can you show us a couple of your pieces, Marcella?
Yes, so I paint mountain. I don't paint mountains as much, but I paint sea. I paint the ocean all the time. I live on an island. We have a sailboat, so I am always painting from the boat and from photos that I take from the boat. So this is one of them, and we are surrounded by different rock formations that have funky trees, abstract patterns and colors and textures. So this one is called moss and stone, right?
Okay.
Because the rocks are always covered by lots and lots of moss.
So is that a way that you would describe the way you interpret things, the abstract forms?
I would like to move more in that direction, and I see a lot of the underlying abstract patterns that I see in what I paint, and I love doing that in the rocks in particular, because it's so easy to just get lost in the shapes, right?
Yes.
You can't tell me that rock didn't have that line there, right? That
absolutely, or that color, purple, pink, whatever, right? Beautiful. Look at the clouds. There's so much distance in this one.
Yeah, so this is another one, and this one is called Echoes of the Coast. And we just usually anchor right about here, right? And that's the view that I get for the evening when we're on the boat. So I feel very, very fortunate.
Yeah. Well, now I really have to come. I got to go on that boat.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And then another one, this is called Where Time Stands Still.
That's gorgeous.
This is up on the west coast of Vancouver Island. And everywhere you go here on the islands, you have islets and islands of every shape, size, and form. And
little ones.
Oh, tiny ones. It's just a rock with a bunch of trees on top, and you wonder how the trees grow there, right?
I know.
This is what I created for this show in particular, and I was furiously painting up until the deadline.
That's so you're in oils. Are they dry?
Yes. Oils don't take as long to dry as everybody thinks. Yes, sometimes they do take weeks, but in most cases, if they're not very thick, just 3, 4, 5 days and they're done. And they have been done over that.
All right, that's marvelous. So everybody, again, Marcella's pieces are going to be available at 8:00 tomorrow night, June 12th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, $350 Canadian or $300 US. Marcella's work goes fast. You want to be there at 8:00. Shop at squarefootshow.com. 30 artists, over 100 pieces, free shipping. What could be better?
It's 5 p.m. here in BC.
5 p.m. in BC.
In the west, on the west coast.
Yeah. So get home from work early.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you so much for everything. And
you're welcome. And we'll see. Yeah, my just a little personal note. My kids who live in Kelowna are going to Asia for a year, so I may not come to BC for a while. But if I do, it won't be to visit them. So I'll have to come visit all my West Coast artist friends.
That's right. There's a lot of us here.
There are. Okay, we'll see you later. I get to talk with Alyssa Penner next. All right, there she is. Oh, Alyssa is muted. There you are. How are you, Alyssa?
I'm doing great. How are you?
You're so fun, and I love all the reels that you've been doing for Square Foot Show. Some artists get scared of them. You're not scared of them.
Yeah, I try and push myself. I'm trying to learn to speak publicly and not be scared of it. So,
well, and you know what? Like, here's a tip for everybody, artists. People are real. Alyssa is real in her reels, and that's what I try to be as well. I don't try to do too many, edits or cuts or anything like that. Just get on there and show your stuff. Show up, and people really respond. So, Alyssa, who are you? Where are you? What do you do, like, in your style? Are you full-time? And how many Square Foot shows have you been in?
Oh my goodness, this is a lot of questions.
Yeah, you can pick whatever order you want.
Well, you know my name, Alyssa Penner. I'm from Vancouver Island, BC. And I'm actually the northern part of Vancouver Island. I am in Campbell River. And so I'm not out on the water like the previous artist a lot, but I do go into the mountains to go on lots of trails. And so with this show, I wanted to feature that. So who am I?
What do you do?
Question. What do I do? Okay, so I paint in acrylic on canvas.
Yeah, look at guys. Look at Alyssa's work.
Light in there that you can see without me dropping my camera.
Yeah, this is another tip. So the painting looks great. You'll really see it well on the preview. Yes. So go to squarefootshow.com, sign up for the preview, and you'll get the password to enter in. There's so much detail in that, in the roots, Alyssa.
Yeah, so I really like to create artwork that kind of speaks to the human soul, and I like to really emphasize that with color and expression. So my artwork is quite whimsical, and sometimes to the extreme, and I'm kind of trying to find that balance right now in my style.
Sure, you're evolving.
Yeah, evolving. Yeah. And so I see it, the more artwork I produce, the more refined it gets. So
that's right.
And where to find my artwork is alyssapennerartwork.com. And I'm on Instagram and TikTok a lot. And I've just started doing reels, not reels, what are they called? On YouTube.
You're starting shorts?
On YouTube.
Did I catch you on TikTok or YouTube doing a live? On
TikTok. Yeah. I really enjoy TikTok. I have a lot of local followers there. So so that's where you can find me. What other
So here's my tip for you with social media. Do both. See if you can do like StreamYard here. You would be able to, with a StreamYard account, you'd be able to stream live on TikTok and on YouTube. And the thing with YouTube is it's the only social media that Canadians get paid on.
I just learned that. Yeah.
So you really want to put some time into YouTube. And I'm finding over there, just a tip, I have a YouTube channel and I'm finding the connection in the community to be amazing there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So find time to do YouTube if you're Canadian.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
As I'm not in any galleries yet. I remember that was a question.
Okay.
I'm in a lot of gift shops.
I think I'm very surprised about that because you come up on my feed all the time. All the time. Like I'm always seeing what you're doing. So we're going to get you into some galleries. You're going to get
awesome.
Yeah.
I also haven't put in the time to actually reach out yet. I haven't felt like I've been completely ready, but I think that now with my more consistent style that I'm starting to get in that zone.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's a really, really good tip. Now, do you paint full time, even though you're not in galleries?
I paint full time, so I'd be able to provide enough artwork for galleries. My kids are now entering teenagehood, so they want less time with me. So I'm able to paint way more and also work way more.
So at this point, you're selling direct and through some of the smaller stores or something,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's another tip. Everybody go directly to Allison. Alyssa, go and check out her Instagram. It's very fun. She's very engaged. She's fun to follow. I think she would be a neat inspiration for you to follow and collect.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Julia.
And you've been in quite a few Square Foot shows, right?
I was going to say I have, but I'm not sure how many. I haven't been keeping track.
Well, that's so fun. So, thanks, Lindsay. Don't forget to apply for the preview. Subscribe to that at squarefootshow.com. If you're an artist, you can also subscribe there and apply to the different shows that we have coming up. So, Alyssa, did you realize that we're doing it every month?
I recently realized that, yes.
Yeah. And we put it to 24 hours because we didn't want to have 3-day long shows. If we're going to do it every month, we want to come in fast and furious. Right. We've been called the Black Friday of art sales because people do feel the importance of being there immediately at 8:00 so that they don't miss out. Sometimes we even advise people to buy their pieces one at a time because even if they put your painting in their cart and take 10 more minutes to look around, somebody could take it right out of their cart and buy it.
Absolutely.
It doesn't deserve it.
I wanted to show one more piece.
Absolutely.
If we have time. This one here is called Nature's Garden, or not Nature's Garden, sorry, Forest Garden.
Forest Garden.
And it's one of my more detailed pieces. I know that it's mountains and ocean.
It's part of the mountains.
Vancouver Island has mountains, but they're not quite as amazing as the Rockies.
Sure.
They're still amazing, just different.
Yeah.
But these are in the mountains. So we have lots of trails and we have lots of water spots like creeks and rivers.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy painting like the shallow creeks here.
And again, is it oil or acrylic?
Acrylic. I paint in acrylic. Yeah.
Me too. I've been experimenting with oils. It's hard. And I've got to go to Marcella's so that I can just learn a few things.
Yeah. I find it hard because I like that instant drying time.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I want when I'm painting in oils for it to be my thumbprint, like that it's a Julia Veenstra, and I don't quite know what to do with it. So for me, it's a challenge.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is absolutely wonderful. You've got 3 or 5 pieces in the show.
I have 5.
5. Absolutely great. Okay. And that's it, everybody. I'm going to say goodbye to you, Alyssa. Good luck tomorrow. And we know that you'll do a reel or something.
Yeah, I will. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you for all your support and for lifting up the other artists as well.
Yeah. Thank you to you too for having the show.
All right. Alyssa. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Okay, everybody. I hope you had a blast watching that. And if you're watching in the rerun, if you're watching it later, you didn't catch it live, the show is tomorrow night, June 12th. And even if you're watching this and the show is already over, go into Instagram at Square Foot Show and check out. You can scroll down and you can see all the artists that we've had in all our shows, and you can find amazing pieces and you can see who you'd like to collect, because that's the goal of Square Foot Show, is to get artists to the collector and collectors to you. So Square Foot Show Mountains and Sea is on June 12th to 13th, 24 hours. So it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go directly to shop.squarefootshow.com to get in fast. You can go through our live. There'll just be a link that takes you over to shop.squarefootshow. And it's going to be great. Collect some mountain. Oh, you know what? I lied. I told you I was going to show you my pieces. So why don't we end with that? I only showed you one. I put in 5. So we've got When the Light Hits. Now my pieces are normally $600. They're $350 for the show, and it's a sale for many, many of the artists. So it's actually quite a good deal. This one is called That's a Cliff. Trying to get this in. That's a cliff. So that one's fun. This is from a hike my husband went on, in Kelowna. This one is Around the Bend. This is also in the Okanagan in Kelowna. And then I went rogue, and I thought I would do just a wave. This is cresting. So tomorrow night, you have access to all of those. If you're watching this and the show is over, there's another one next month. We're having a blast. So thank you for watching. Thank you to all the artists for participating. I had a great time chatting with everybody, and we'll see you at the show tomorrow. Bye-bye.